So in this lecture, I want to show you two more things when it comes to the Vue router. First of all, how to do redirects, and then secondly, how to set up a catch-all route for a 404 page if they go to some kind of route that doesn't exist. So first of all, the redirects, how do we set those up? Say for example, I want to redirect the path, all jobs, like this, to just the jobs route, because maybe it used to be all jobs, but I changed that route. So I want to redirect anyone that goes to that old URL, that old route, to the jobs component. Well, that's simple to do. We need to go to our index router file, and then down here, I'm going to do the redirect. So we'll say redirect. And at the end of the day, this is just another route object that we place inside our routes array. And when we create this, the path is going to be whatever we're redirecting from. So the old route in essence, and that would be all jobs. So imagine that's what the route used to be, but now we changed it so it's just /jobs, but we want to redirect this route now to this. All we need to do is add on a redirect property and say where we want to redirect to. So in our case, /jobs, and that's all there is to it. Now, if anyone goes to /all jobs, they'll get redirected to /jobs. So let's try this out. I'm going to press enter on this route. And in fact, let's go home first of all, and then go to all-jobs, like so. Press this and you can see we get redirected instantly to /jobs, and we see the jobs component right here. Okay, so that's the first thing I wanted to show you. The next thing I wanted to show you is how to create a catch-all route for any route that doesn't exist so that we can show a 404 page. For example, if we were to go to /ABC, then at the minute all we get is a blank page with the nav at the top. Nothing here to say that this page doesn't exist, it's just blank. So we get the nav because remember the nav shows on every route regardless of the route, because inside the root component the nav is right here. It's not inside the router view. This is the only bit that changes dependent on the route. So this thing right here is not very helpful. Instead, when a user goes to a route that doesn't exist like this, I'd like to show some kind of 404 page or not found page. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a view for that. So go into views, a new file, and I'm going to call this not found, but you can call it what you want. It doesn't have to be called this. And then I'm going to boilerplate this component and create a template. So first of all, we'll do an H2 to say page, or rather we'll say 404 here, and then underneath we'll do an H3 to say page not found. Okay, so I'd like to show this component when we go to any route that doesn't exist. And in fact, we don't need the script or the style, so we can get rid of those. So how do we do this? How do we implement a 404 catch-all page or route? Well, we go to our routes file, which is this thing over here, and we need to add on another route object down here. So let me do a comment to say catch-all 404, and then below that we'll do our route object, and this time the path is going to be something very specific. It's going to be / then colon to denote a route parameter, and it has to be catch all exactly like this, camel case with a capital A, and then it looks like a function because we're using parentheses, but really this is just a regex pattern, and inside that we say dot and asterisk, and that will catch any route that is not caught by any of these other route objects. So if we try to go to something that doesn't match any of these, then this route object will catch that, and we can do something with that route. So for example, I could say go to a specific component. First of all, I'm going to give this a name though, and that will be not found, and then under that we'll say the component that we want to use is the one we just created, not found. Now we need to import that, so I'm going to just duplicate this one right here and change about to not found, like so. Okay, so now if we go to any route that doesn't exist, then it's going to catch that route and we're going to show this component. So let me save this, and we can see already, we see 404 page not found. If we go to something else that doesn't exist, for example /Yoshi, we get that as well. But if we go to these current routes that do exist, we get the relevant component for those routes. Now, in a real project, you'd probably make your 404 page a little bit better than this and give the user a bit more information, maybe some links to navigate around the other parts of the website. But for now, I just wanted to demonstrate how we can serve up a 404 page using this thing right here, this catch-all regular expression.